First proclamation is honoring other deer. So the City of Fitchburg Proclamation honoring Ada Deer. Whereas Ada Deer was a nationally celebrated, esteemed, and influential voice for indigenous people and social justice, in addition to being a wonderful and wise mentor to generations of social workers, students, and young people, and as educator and elder, and
whereas Ada Deer lived a life filled with firsts, including the first Menominee member to earn an undergraduate degree from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, the first Native American to earn a master's degree from Columbia University's School of Social Work, the first woman to head the Bureau of Indian Affairs, the first woman to serve as chairperson of the Menominee Nation, and the first Native American woman to run for Congress in Wisconsin, and
whereas her indomitable spirit, fierce intelligence, and unrelenting passion for making positive change happen led to significant progress, such as the Menominee Restoration Act of 1972, officially returning the Menominee Reservation to a federally recognized status, and
whereas Ada Deer chose to make her home here in Fitchburg for many years and served our city as an active member of the Commission on Aging, whose name, in true Ada fashion, she successfully changed to the Commission on Aging Well. And
whereas she insightfully summed up her life's work, saying, "I speak up, I speak out. It is not like I plotted and planned. I just had this general goal. I want to do, I want to be, and I want to help, and I've been able to do it."
now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and the City of Fitchburg Common Council join with Ada Deer's friends, family, and admirers throughout Wisconsin and around the country in recognizing the incredible differences she made and remembering her as a trailblazer, as a friend to many, and an inspiration to all.
thank you. So, Joe, do you want to read something too?
Yes. So thank you to everyone in attendance. As stated here, Ada was a member of the Menominee Nation, and really the reason why it has its status as a sovereign nation is largely due to her advocacy and work, along with many others. So I reached out to the Menominee Nation, the chairman's office. They were not able to attend. However, they have a letter that I will read right now. It is a great honor to share some words with you of the legacy of Ada Deer. Ada was born in the Menominee Reservation in the same building that now houses our tribal government. Ada was a renowned leader from a young age, a dedicated advocate for Native American rights nationwide. Her tireless efforts on behalf of the Menominee tribe and her lifelong commitment to helping others have left an indelible mark on our community. Having served as chairwoman of the Menominee Restoration Committee during the termination era, Ada's efforts played an integral role in bringing the termination era of the Menominee tribe to an end. Her unwavering determination and work on behalf of the Menominee tribe led to the passage of the Menominee Restoration Act of 1973, a landmark piece of legislation that marked the return of the Menominee Reservation's federally recognized status. Ada was honored for her public service to our great nation, and she had many roles in her life. But most importantly, she was Menominee. She lived her life in accordance with her cultural beliefs, showing her resiliency and determination as a Menominee woman leader. Her unwavering spirit, resilience, and dedication serve as an inspiration to us all. As we mourn her loss, let us also celebrate her remarkable legacy and commit ourselves to carrying on her work. Together, we can honor her memory by continuing the fight for justice, equality, and the empowerment of Native American communities. On behalf of the Menominee Nation, thank you to the Fitchburg Mayor and Common Council members for our beloved Ada Deer. Signed, Jenna Kakak, and I apologize if I mispronounced her name, Chairwoman, Menominee Tribal Legislature, Menominee Indian Tribe of Wisconsin. And I'll also add that if you'd like to learn more about many of these terms, Ada always reminded me to read her book, Making a Difference. So I encourage you to read the book because it includes a history of her legacy and kind of all the things that she's done in her life. So pass it off to you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Joe. So now we are invited friends. Former Mayor Aaron Richardson is here, too. Thank you for coming. So if you want to take a picture, okay, with the proclamation. Thank you, everyone. If anyone wish to say some words, I don't know, Ben or okay.
I'm Ben Wickler. I was Ada Deer's godson, and I'm so honored that Connie Deer, Ada's baby sister, is here with us today, and so many friends of Ada's. And in a moment, I'll pass, including Frances Huntley Cooper, our former mayor here in Fitchburg. In a moment, I'll pass the microphone to my mom, Lynn McDonald. But for the many friends and fans of Ada who came to Fitchburg regularly to visit Ada at her home, it means so much for the city of Fitchburg to honor her legacy and her tremendous work and citizenship. And I know all of us are inspired to try to continue to carry her work forward and to know that the city of Fitchburg in its official capacity under your leadership is honoring Ada means a great deal. So thank you so much. And I'll pass it now to my mom, Lynn McDonald.
Thank you to Fitchburg for making this proclamation. If Ada were alive, she would be so honored. I brought Ada here when Frances Huntley Cooper was honored. We were both moved by all of the wonderful things that people said. Of course, I believe Ada can actually hear and is aware from up there. She wants to thank you all, so I am saying her words for her. Ada and I were best friends. We will always be close despite Ada having passed on. Half of Ada's ashes are in Madison, and half will be on the Menominee Reservation. In Madison, she is buried in Forest Hill Cemetery. I love that cemetery. First, it is a city park. Second, it is inclusive. It has several Ho-Chunk Indian mounds. Ada showed me these years ago. They were the first ones I ever saw. Also, Jews, whites, blacks, and other people of color, all the governors are buried there. Rich and poor, Confederate soldiers and Union Army soldiers are buried there. Ada and my husband had our monuments out there at the end of July. On August 25th, a month later, Ada was buried there. After the burial ceremony, 4 wild swans suddenly landed and sang their wild calls. Such an amazing coincidence. But I do not believe in coincidence. After that, Joe Deere asked us to tell different stories about Ada that others might not know. And Connie told this story. She said, when she was born, Ada was 13 years old. So she's the youngest sister of 5 children. Her mom said, Ada, I have to get to the hospital. You've got to drive me. Ada had never driven, but she got her there, and here she is.
Okay, thank you very much for coming, okay? Thank you.
While the mayor is coming back, I just wanted to say a few things. I first met Ada in, I think it was 1999 or 2000. And I had an opportunity on 3 occasions to sit in her living room and chat with her about different things going on. She was always interested in what was going on in Fitchburg, but she opened my eyes to a lot of Native issues that were going on nationwide. And so I think she was always positive whenever I talked with her. She was always smiling. And I think she's going to be missed by a lot of people. Her sphere of influence was pretty broad, and there's going to be a hole that will need to be filled over time.